Hey guys, welcome to another video. I've got an absolutely ridiculous game to show you today where Comm has broken the one-game demo record in all of RLCS history against NRG. This was the semi-final of the regional number 2, the Fall Cup for North America. And there will be spoilers about the rest of the tournament in this video, so if you haven't caught up with this weekend's action in North America, then definitely click off right now. With that being said, V1 and Comm went on to win the event. They won the final versus NRG in the same day that this match took place. This game took place against NRG, and Comm did have a ton of off-the-ball plays in every single series that he played throughout this whole tournament. He generates a ton of space for his teammates. I think it's a big part of the success, particularly of Beast Mode in offense. He just gets a lot of free time on the ball. He gets a lot of shots on nets which would otherwise be defended, but the Comm opens up and allows him to shoot into with his unbelievable mechanical skill. Now, Comm gets a lot of flack for this, and I'll show you some tweets at the end of this match that were really funny to me. Comm himself tweeting out a couple of times, actually tweeting out a bunch. I think this game really for him would have been a satisfying victory. But yeah, he gets a lot of criticism and he gets a lot of flack, mostly from fans of the game. I don't think pros are critical of him at all for this, for his extremely aggressive play, his bump and demo heavy gameplay. It is something, however, that NRG in particular have been known to despise. They do not like playing against this style. They do not like playing against players who do this, and that is just all the more reason, I think, for Comm to do it. And you guys can decide in this replay just how many of these demos you think were impactful. There was one there that definitely was impactful. Comm took away one of the defenders from NRG as his teammates were setting up the shots on net, so of course that's a good one to be going for. Now, this is it's an interesting team, version 1, just to talk a little bit about them. The start of the new season, they didn't look all that hot. Looked like they'd fell off a little bit compared to the end of last season, where they were pretty consistently top 3, top 4 North America at the end of the season. Of course, they finished off in the quarterfinal at the World Championship, falling to FaZe in a very closely contested series. But yeah, coming into this new season, they didn't look like they'd maintained that full level, and now, after that, they've gone and won a regional, so they're back in the mix. They're actually one of the favourites to qualify for the Fall Major. I think only NRG have locked in from America so far, from North America, I should say. But version 1, Space Station Gaming, and FaZe are expected to lock in before the playoffs even begin at the next regional. There's a whole pile of teams beneath them fighting for that 5th spot. Although it's not confirmed for any of the teams except NRG necessarily, at least not mathematically confirmed. So, very interesting team. I'm always keen to watch them play. I think that this play from Comm in particular is very exciting to watch. I find it very interesting to watch. And I know some viewers don't like to see demo play. They think it's cringe. They think it's just a play that is something that players with low skill go for because they can't win cleanly, so they have to introduce bumps and demos into their gameplay to just have a chance against other players. But I don't really see it as that way at all. I think the bumps and demos, especially at the pro level, are very hard to land. It's very difficult to just land a demo on a pro who is moving supersonic, who's trying to be as elusive as possible, and who's trying to avoid even putting himself in positions where demos would be possible. You know, there have been changes to defensive positioning over the years as demos have become more popular, and that's really prevented demos, I think, from just completely tearing teams apart like they would if you put a team against an old RLCS team with how players used to position, just off the back wall and not really hiding away from demo lanes, then they would just get completely shredded. Whereas these days, there's very few players who are able to get one demo per game, never mind 20 in one game, like Comm did in this one. But yeah, so far he's not had that many. He catches Justin napping there. Justin assuming Comm's going to be rotating far post. Garrett as well. It's a little bit careless from NRG there. I feel like they really should have seen that coming. Whenever Comm isn't in your vision, you kind of have to assume that he might be coming in for a demo. And, you know, NRG are just sitting ducks right now. He attempted a demo on all 3 players in a row there and managed to catch it on one of them. Garrett is jumping there, so you'll notice that Garrett hopping on the spot. He's trying to avoid a demo that he knows could be coming his way. Comm, after raining in demos in NRG, does set up Beast Mode, who misses by hitting the post. So he's not only just running around the pitch here, not paying attention to the ball, not playing the ball. He's trying to actually rotate in smart positions, play demos in positions that make sense. And you know, a lot of players and a lot of people watching this might think, well, these demos aren't doing anything. That one obviously is. He demos the goalkeeper to allow his teammate to equalize with 11 seconds left. But all these demos are actually doing something. He's slowing down the offensive push from NRG. He's taking play, you know, second man out of the play, third man out of the play from NRG. And when you take a third man out of the play, as the other two players attack, that really limits just how all in they can go. You know, second and first man, they can go extremely all in for a play if they know that they've got a third behind them. If the third gets demoed, when you think back to NRG at the end of that regulation time, getting demoed pretty, you know, easily, I'd say. They weren't really, for a moment there, paying as much attention as they should. I'm talking about in the run-up to the play, you saw Garrett bunny hopping in the spot to avoid demos. You know, before that, I think Comm landed 3 or 4 in a row where NRG players just really didn't see him coming. And those are impactful demos. They're actually forcing the other players who are alive on the pitch to take less risks, and that's really you know, what the whole point of Comm's playstyle is it limits the other team and what they're capable of doing, because if there's only 2 players alive on the pitch, or sometimes 1, then you've got to be a lot more careful. You've got to control the play, slow down the play, give your teammates time to respawn and get back into the rotation. So you've got to look, you know, 5 seconds ahead, 10 seconds ahead to really understand what these demos are doing from Comm. You know, so far I think he's had a massive impact in the game, not just physically, but just the amount of pressure that he's exerting on NRG, forcing players to run way out of position just to avoid demos. That's a nice dodge there by Justin. Garrett before him as well. You know, they've definitely started comming more actively about Comm's intentions. By comming, of course, in this instance, I do mean communicating. Just realized the potential confusion of the word after I said it. But even if you are, you know, noticing that Comm's going for demos, even if you're paying attention to that and you're trying to play around it, you're trying to rotate in more safe locations, trying to swerve whenever he's off your screen, trying to jump whenever he's off your screen, I mean, that's still a win for Comm. He's still forcing his opponents to waste time, maybe waste a little bit of boost that they would have otherwise had to get back into the play more quickly. And I don't think he's really taken himself out of the game for extended periods of time to do this. Sometimes he's made a couple of swoops across the box in offense and taken a bit longer to rotate back, but obviously he's told his teammates that he's doing that because they're not pressing up and getting out of position either. That's one of the reasons why Comm is able to do this and make it work so well, is that his teammates, when he says that he's going for demos, they just chill at the back. They wait for it to land. They don't make an unnecessary push at a bad time. They try and time their attack. They try and time their center ball. They try and time their shots with Comm's demos landing. Justin there lurking in the middle, gets taken out of the frame. It's not just offensive demos for Comm. You'll notice that he's taking away the player that's waiting for a center ball there, which could be an infield pass. NRG, very well known for their infield passing, very well known for their offensive passing as of late. So why not just take away the player who's waiting for the pass, and then there really is no danger in the position. Comm now actually being the one who's forced to jump away from an NRG player trying to demo him. I think in this game NRG managed about 6 demos total. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact number, but I think it was 6. So something like that. And Comm's teammates also not really needing to go for many, but that was a nice little drive-by bump attempt. B1 obviously as a unit going to take those opportunities, and when Comm is on the ball, he's a very effective player as well. But that's another very good play by Comm. He got a bump on Justin's spawn, but what he did before then is just drive past the challenge, play for the bump, play for the demo, instead of flipping into the ball, because he wants to keep up his momentum, rotate back into the midfield, get another play going, maybe go back in for a second run by the NRG goal. But all in all, just don't give them what they're looking for, which is a defensive 50-50. NRG are trying to bait V1 in here. They're trying to bait them to overextend, and V1 are just not having it. They're not overextending. And with Beast Mode and Torment on a team, you're rarely ever going to see a team overextend. These guys are very defensive with their positioning. They're very careful when they advance forward. They're always prioritizing recoveries. It pairs up very well with what Comm is doing. I think this, for the record, would work extremely well for teams like NRG. I think it would work extremely well for teams like FaZe. If you just chucked Comm onto the FaZe roster or the NRG roster, I think you'd see players like Justin, Garrett, Squishy, First Killer, Mist, Sipical, players that are more defensively minded. I think you'd see them have a lot of success in the same way that Beast Mode does with Comm and his team. So one drive by there, another one, Justin taken away, Beast Mode taking Garrett out of the frame as well, and Squishy just going for a hard clear there to buy some time, just giving his teammates time to get into position, pick up some pads after they respawn. truly impressive just how often Comm is able to blindside his opponents as he goes for yet another spawn demo. He's yet to land a spawn demo in this game, but he's had a couple of spawn bumps and definitely pressured a lot of players as they spawn. You'll notice that to catch pros out of position, to catch them unawares, there's, well, two things that Comm's really trying to do. Number one, he's trying to chase players that only have one way to go, such as Squishy there. There's really only one way Squishy can go to enter the play, and that's to go into the midfield. Going back down the line would just take him away from the play. So that's one thing Comm's looking to do. He's looking to kind of cut them off on the infield, or not infield, sorry, the inside line. It's as if they're taking a corner in a race, and Comm's just on the inside lane, so he's able to snipe them as they turn into him. But on top of that, he's trying to look for players that have just jumped, players that have just, you know, landed from an aerial, players that have just dodged. Anytime that Comm is noticing a player who's committed to a play that they cannot get out of, he's then making a move for them. And with those two things combined, you're seeing his demos really start to rack up. It's all about cutting players off who only have one word to go, catching them as they turn or catching them as they land. But thirdly, and I think most importantly, trying to catch them side on. You've rarely seen Comm demoing someone face on. I think once or twice this game he's done it face on, and it's usually when he'll fake a challenge, so even that's somewhat deceptive. This is another example of it, but I think the NRG player also played for the demo as well, so it's obviously not as big of a win for version 1 when it did happen. Yeah, always look for your demos side on, always look for your demos from a different angle than the ball is coming from. Great save there by Comm. Threatening shot by Justin, denied. He's had a great game here, just so much work off the ball, but look how much work he's done on the ball as well. 9 shots, 3 saves. I know this game's been a long overtime, but still, Justin getting surprised once again by Comm, just circling through his entire team. Another double demo. Garrett and Comm both taken out of the game there. NRG trying to fight fire with fire a little bit. Yeah, no point in this game have I really seen Comm taking silly routes around the pitch. He's not really overextended too much. If he's taking himself out of the game just briefly to go for a demo, he's usually taking someone else out of the game because they're running away from him. So it doesn't even look like he's particularly all in. And what it does do is it gives Torment and Beast Mode so much space in the midfield to work their magic, and in particular Beast Mode, the offensive player in the team. There he goes for the backboard and the win, exactly 7 minutes in. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is what the demo record looks like in RLCS for one game. It didn't even look like he had to try too hard. He just took opportunities and timed them all very well to put pressure on the enemy team. Now, I said that I had a couple of tweets for you guys, and I am going to show you some tweets that Comm himself put out. He said, first of all, after this match, NRG fans be like, and then he showed his DMs of people DMing a bunch of hate towards him for going for demos. I think Justin actually replied to this saying, don't worry, they act the same towards us too, which is a shame to hear, but not all that surprising, as NRG fans, they expect nothing but a win from NRG, and anytime NRG don't win, they just start, for some reason, DMing hate to everyone who beat NRG and also the NRG players themselves. So really silly, really sad to see your fans doing that, but pretty funny to see Comm exposing them like this. And he also tweets out, for those of you thinking I'd be scrubbing toilets if I didn't abuse an overpowered mechanic, of course referring to demos and bumps, I'd like you to know that I got a 36 on my ACT and a 4.0 GPA in high school. If I wasn't a pro RL player, I'd have a full ride to your dream school, so kindly lick my nuts. Thumbs up emoji. Great stuff from Comm. I honestly, I absolutely love the way that he plays. I think it's a breath of fresh air to see somebody trying something different in 3v3 and the explosiveness, the explosive nature of the gameplay is just a joy to watch. So keep it up, Comm. I'm a big fan, and congrats on the win this weekend. I think proving a lot of people wrong. I myself had V1 after Regional 1, dipping down to somewhere like number 6 NA, and to see them suddenly burst back to the top is it's so interesting for North America, because now we really do have a, I think, 9-horse race for the major with 1 event left to go, only 5 spots available. But yeah, what do you guys think? I think for me, I want to see more of this. I think it's great for Rocket League. I think demos take a lot of skill to be able to land 20 demos in a game while also being relevant in almost every play that your team is making. Hats off to you. Absolutely incredible stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Good luck trying to implement these strategies and implementing Hopefully you're all inspired by Comm to try this in your own games. Let me know how you go down in the comments. And until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.